This fan from Misconception is a godsend. It's so Oh, hey! Hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Are they calling it RuPaul's Drag Race? I think it's still calling it. And all I have to say is, Jorge, drink me! What is this? There's no ice in it. What? It's just a piece of lemon floating. It's a classic gin and tonic. So no ice. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna need a straw because I'm wearing lipstick. Just saying. Tepid. Is this what the British drink? Oh my God. I'm just saying, it's surprising that they're even remotely jovial with kind of tepid drinks going around. I am just saying. Okay, so we're not judging them on cocktails. They can't help themselves. We are here to judge, or at least talk about, the cast for the first ever Drag Race UK. Now, this is very, very exciting because we've been waiting for this a long time. And as a Canadian former colony of Britain, I mean, we still have the Queen on our money. I mean, the Queen of England, not just any Queen, like Brooklyn Heights or something, although she could be the Queen of Canada. I'm just saying. No, we still have the Queen's face on our money. But no, so of course I'm very excited for the UK Drag Race extravaganza to begin. So, with that said, let's get to it. Now, I was very excited to meet these queens. I love a British queen. I love Brits in general. I mean, I have to because, you know, I'm Canadian and we used to be attached somehow. I don't know. I remember Trudeau dancing on a tarmac and then we were free. That's all I remember. Anyway, so that said, the queens have been revealed. And I have my faves. And, well, I have some that aren't so favorites. So let's get to it. The first girl out of the gate in the Meet the Queens video was Baga Chips. Now, I just want to clear this up right away. Her name isn't Bag of Chips like I've got Doritos. No, it's Baga Chips as in fish and chips. So they're wet and greasy and her bottom's going to be moist. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of chips. So when you picture it in your mind, not dry and crunchy, kind of wet and soppy. That's this girl, and I love her. I'm just going to make a prediction right now. If this queen doesn't win RuPaul's Drag Race UK, then she should sue. She is a huge personality. She is very, very funny. Now, one of the things that is a running theme with all of these queens, not just Baga, but all of them, not a lot of videos out there. I was very disappointed, I am just going to say. I expected more of an oeuvre of social media out there. And as I was researching these queens' performances, there wasn't a lot. But Baga has this one performance in a bar. If you ever want to know what it's like for most drag queens to perform for their bread and butter, there is a video of Baga performing in one of these bars in one of these townships in England, and it's an hour and 7 minutes long. It's a very long, but it's just her on stage. I highly recommend you watch it. Now, one of the things about Baga, as we completely saw right away off the kicker, she may be speaking English, but I don't know. Most people didn't understand a word of it. Now, I'm just going to say to you, I understood most of it. First up, gobshite. This just is a British way of saying somebody's talking shit. That's all. No one's listening to anything you have to say. So right away, she's already putting herself down. And I like that in a queen, I am just saying. Now, as for her giving people Jimmy Crankies on the tube, well, it sounds painful. It sounds rude. And it is. This is somebody who's usually giving somebody a quick handy on the subway, maybe possibly for smokes, which is where the pack of fags come in. Pack of fags is a pack of cigarettes. Fags in Britain are cigarettes. Most people know this. If you don't know, well, that's what they call cigarettes. I'm having a fag, you got a fag, get me a fag. If I don't put a fag in my mouth right now, I'll die. It's very, very innocent and understandable. In Britain, over here, it sounds like a different thing. But that said, a Jimmy Cranky is like an angry handy. I don't know why it has to be angry. It's called something else if you're smiling. I don't know. But a birthday present, I think that's what they call it. But that said, Baga clearly not afraid to say it like it is. whether you understand her or not. Now, because of this, if you watch her videos, this is a very big personality. Now, how is she going to do with these other queens? My prediction with Baga, she'll have no trouble telling somebody off and putting them in their place if she feels that it's her job to do it. As far as the other queens liking her, I don't know. Baga comes off very confident in an unprojected way. And I mean that by saying she's not bragging. She says it like it is and leaves it at that. If she has to explain herself to you, then maybe she's doing the wrong job in her career. I'm just saying. But that said, I think Baga has the potential to win it all. If she doesn't win it all, she's going to go far. She may end up with Miss Congeniality if she doesn't piss too many people off. I'm just saying. But my money is on Baga to win. Seriously. Here's to you, Baga. Well done, Jimmy Cranky. I once got a Jiminy Cricket in a taxi. A different thing. Next up was Blue Hydrangea, and thankfully not a thick accent on this girl, although she is from Ireland, Belfast, I think it is. And my only critique of Blue Hydrangea right out of the gate is that she was orange. I think that if you're going to meet Blue Hydrangea for the first time, I think she should be mostly blue. Just saying. Not that it's a deal breaker, but it was very distracting. The other thing that was very distracting for me about Ms. Blue Hydrangea is that she looks so much like Tammy Brown to me. Just that wide forehead and it freaked me out a little. A little PSTD moment, or PTSD. Is that how they say it? I don't know. I'm having stress on the acronym, I'm just saying. But seriously, I was very impressed with Blue Hydrangea's bodywork, because this is a concept queen. I'm not sure how she's going to do in the competition, but this is a queen who knows how to perform. She creates concept looks. There's one video with her as Beyonce, and she's got two puppets as Michelle and the other one, Kelly, and they're like, and she's doing a pretty good job with them moving their mouths while she's singing Beyonce's part. Very impressed. She also had some great costumes. Whether she makes them or not, I don't know, but she's got great ideas. Now, if she's able to articulate and manifest her ideas into reality within a time frame, she's going to do great. If she's never made these costumes, then she's setting herself up for a bit of a fail, is all I'm saying, because I think that people may expect a lot from her and then be very disappointed by getting nothing. I don't know, but this girl is a great performer. I think she'll do well. I'd be very surprised if she makes top 5. The only reason I say this is that some of these queens are very energetic performers, I'm just saying. And although she's a great performer, I'm just not sure how she'll do with the challenges. So I think if she stumbles in a challenge, I think her performing may save her once or twice, but I don't know. I just don't see Blue Hydrangea making the top 5. That's my prediction. Sorry about it. Seriously. Next up is Davina de Campo. And if there's going to be one queen to piss queens off in this competition, I think it's going to be Davina, I'm just saying. Because, well, that laugh, sweet Maria and the ships at sea, I am so serious. It's like she's screaming at you. Now, I have to say, I'm a sneezer. I have a loud sneeze. If I'm in the room and you're in the room and a sneeze creeps up on me and it just happens, you're going to have a heart attack. It's very loud. It's very, This is what Davina's laughing like. Like the witch from The Wizard of Oz and Witchy Poo from HR Puff and Stuff. Had a baby and that's it. An evil laugh named Davina de Campo. Now, Davina is a bit of a celebrity already in England because, well, she was on The Voice. She auditioned on The Voice in drag and sang opera and sang it beautifully. No one turned around. They didn't turn around because they weren't impressed that a man was singing that way. They didn't turn around because they thought it was opera. And what the hell do you do with opera? I'm just saying. Turn it on to put babies to sleep, I think is what it's used for. That said, when everyone turned around and thought was not only a drag queen, but it was the man, because at the end of her opera, she said, thank you. And they all turned around. And they were all sorry that they didn't pick her. And I'm sorry they didn't pick her too. Because I would have liked to have seen what Davina would have been like in a competition like that. That said, she sings beautifully all sorts of stuff. She doesn't sing in opera all the time. And I have to say, when I saw that track, and I remember actually seeing it a few years ago when she was first on the show, and they aired it on YouTube, I saw it, and I was very impressed. But what impresses me is just her singing in general. It's really good. She's very clear. She does a lot of parody, a lot of humor, and she's, I think, going to be a very solid performer. Now, as somebody who's maybe a bit of a celebrity, I don't know how much of her drag she does herself anymore. Will she be able to style a wig? Will she be able to make a dress? Well, if she was doing that before, then maybe. But as you become more famous and busy, it's hard to do all the little things yourself. So I'm excited to see where Davina lies as far as skills go. Seriously. Now, Davina herself said that she hates competitions, which makes me wonder why the hell she's doing this one. $100,000. I'm just saying. But she also strikes me as the type of queen. She's successful, and I think when you have some success in your life, you're a little more confident. You don't have to prove yourself so much to everybody. Also, there may be a little jealousy or a little, I don't know, heated opinions about Davina from some of the other queens, because she has had attention, and you know what those queens are like, whether they either think that it's deserved or they think that it isn't. So she's going to have friends, she's going to have enemies. Either way, I think Davina de Campo has the skills and the tenacity and the experience of performing in different situations under pressure to do very well in this competition. I think she will make top 3. I don't know if she'll win. I'm gonna say top 3, not a win for Davina. That's just my prediction. For no other reason than I just think there's a couple of other girls, and Bag of Chips is one of them. Just has a little something, that Adore Delano, je ne sais quoi, that little something that just makes them sparkle a little brighter than other people. No offense to Davina de Campo. I'm so serious. Here's a tepid toast to you, Davina. Best of luck, girl. Up next was Crystal. Just Crystal. No last name. Just Crystal in that beautiful geometric bob. And I loved her makeup. I thought she looked great. Now, she is a self-professed... this is why I hate lip gloss. I hope this is my hair. If this isn't my hair, Jorge, I blame you. Now, what I'm excited about with Crystal is that she is a self-professed gender bender, which means that she likes to blur the lines between man and woman. And if you noticed in her video, no shaved armpits. And when you're 20, that's fine. I, on the other hand, need sleeves. I'm just gonna say it to everybody. But I'm very excited to see what Crystal can do, because she's also a circus performer. She does aerial work, and she does that grinding where you make sparks happen off metal. I mean, not that I think that takes a big skill, but you have to control that thing. I'm not judging. I'm just having an opinion. But I think she'll bring some extra special, just concepts to the mix, where some of these other girls will not. And I'm looking forward to that. Another thing about Crystal that I'm excited to see is that she's not afraid to be ugly. Because she's not. She's pretty. So she's going to be one of those girls that won't have trouble putting on rough drag or playing a character that may not be as polished as her drag aesthetic presents itself as. And I'm excited for that. She also can sew, which is exciting, because I'm so frustrated by these queens who can't sew. And you don't have to be a good sewer. You just need to know how to use the machine. You should watch one of my sewing tutorials. I'll help you out. Seriously. All in all, where Crystal's concerned, I think she's going to fly under the radar with some of these girls. I think that they're just going to be, all right, not a threat, until Crystal pulls it out of the bag. And I think she'll have a moment in this series where she'll win a challenge by shocking everybody. I really believe that she's going to do something that no one expects. At least I hope she does. If she doesn't, well, missed opportunity. I'm just saying. Or maybe she's just not the queen I think she is. Either way, I definitely think that Crystal has the potential to, again, make top 5. Now, whether or not she has the tenacity to win, I don't know. Again, there are bigger personalities than her already just introducing themselves. And this is the first impression. And if some of these girls give us that low-key first impression, then it's a hard guess as to where they'll land in the competition. It all boils down to whether Crystal performs well under pressure, can perform while other people are harping at her or talking in her ear. It's all going to be down to how she competes. Either way, I'm super excited to see her try. Seriously. Here's to you, Crystal. Good luck. Our next queen, I am just in love with. I just want to be her best friend forever. I want to hang out at her house. I want to, just kiki till the cows come home with Ms. Ting Long. First of all, hilarious name. Second of all, how she got the name. Even more hilarious, that was the name of a pilot of an airplane that went missing in the Philippines. Captain Ting Long. And seriously, why do you hire somebody with that name? Even if they're great, it's like, I can't hire you. If something happens, they're going to call you something wrong, and it's just going to overshadow the tragedy of events. Or a drag queen's going to name themselves after you, which is what we have. Ting Long. Now, I am just going to say, she's not winning. No offense to her. She's not going to win. She's got great personality. I think she has the beginnings of great style. I liked, in essence, what she had on, but her drag seems a little rough, and she's another queen. Not a lot of videos of her out there. I couldn't really see a lot of her performing, but I love her energy. I love her charisma. She's a talker. She's not shy. That said, and I hate to critique makeup because I know I've been through some. I know it's not always been a pretty picture over here at the Fingerdoo review, but she had a lot of white in the middle of her face, and it just made everything else look so dark. And this is an example of these girls who are performing without ever using any kind of lights. They're often in a smoky bar, and there's one crappy spotlight, and they're all praying tonight's the night it doesn't blow. So here they are all under studio lights, and that's a lot, and that white reflects. Just wondering, am I reflecting? I better not be, I'm just saying. But, makeup you can fix, aesthetic you can help nurture, but I don't see her winning the competition. At best, she could be a contender for Miss Congeniality. It just depends on how long she survives. So here's to Ms. Wong, because I think she's right, at least as a performer. Whether or not she wins Drag Race, well, who could say? Our next queen was Miss Cheryl Hall, and I have to say, it's one of the names that made me laugh. I wasn't watching. I was kind of doing something else. What did she say? So funny. And she is beautiful. She reminded me of Courtney Act in a way. Very, very fishy, very pretty. She's a self-confessed lip sync assassin. Now, that said, I've seen some of her videos. Now, she's another queen. I think she got a great look. I think she's very polished. I'm not sure how she'll be as a performer. I'm not saying she had bad videos. Again, another one with not a lot of videos out there, but I've seen it. And I'm not saying I've seen it like, I've seen it. I just, I've seen it. It's fine. You're doing a good job. You're doing what other queens do. But I kind of expected from her, from just the way she looked, a little something extra, a little spark, that little sparkle that makes it all sparkle-neely, that kind of thing. She's not bad. I'm not saying she's bad, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping, I'm just saying. Which sucks, because I quite like Cheryl Hall. Now, that said, she's not a sewer. She says she doesn't sew, but she has a lot of confidence. She also likes to show off her body, so I'm worried that she might be one of those body-oddy-oddy girls where it gets a little boring or something. I don't know. Either way, beautiful girl, a great personality. I think she'll do well. She's not going home first. That's what I'm saying about Miss Cheryl Hall. But I don't know if she'll make top 5. I don't say that maliciously. I say it with love. It's just an opinion. Either way, here's to you, Cheryl. You share that hole. Next, we were introduced to Gothy Kendall. And I just have to say, right out of the gate, loved her. One of my favorite queens to me. I loved her look. Very Betty Page meets Violet Chachki. Very, very gorgeous. Now, she's not going to win. And in my opinion, she may go home first or second. And I'm only saying this for 2 reasons. She's young. She's not a performer. This is a queen who is a host and a DJ. So she puts parties together. She promotes them. She gets people to come to the party, where she greets and meets, walks around, makes sure people have drink tickets, and then DJs a session. That's what she does. She's very big on Instagram. She's got beautiful makeup skills, but I just don't see what she does taking her very far in this competition. And if she is thrown out of her element too quickly, she could very well go home first. And I don't want her to, because I just think she's beautiful and charming and lovely. But there are some queens in there that aren't afraid to not be charming and lovely to win the crown. And I think she might end up collateral damage, bless her. I'm just saying. The way Gothy got into drag was she wrote a dissertation on it when she was in college. And in the process of that, started to explore drag. But she did it at home, alone, perfecting her look, and then going out to clubs. So she come at it backwards in a way. But that said, it's a different style of drag. And the one thing I love about Drag Race now, after 10 years, 12 years of it being on the air, is that we are being exposed to different types and levels of drag. It's fabulous. Seriously. The next queen we were introduced to was Vinegar Strokes, which I don't understand that name because the first thing I think of is that if I were to drink a lot of vinegar, I'd probably have a stroke, I'm just saying. But that said, the first thing I noticed about this queen was how beautiful her speaking voice is. It's just lovely, but not to be outdone by her singing voice. This is a queen who can sing, and she is quite the performer. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that she could very well be the British equivalent to Bob the Drag Queen, because she's very funny, she's very boisterous, she's not shy. I don't know if Bob can sing, but this one can sing, but her drag is rough, and we see this in her introduction video. Now, she could very well get sent home very quickly if her drag lets her down, and I have a feeling her drag might compared to some of these other queens. She is a singer, she is a huge comedic performer too, so I think she's going to do well in the challenges, but if she meets a challenge, maybe to create couture for the runway or something, or there's a there's a runway category where it is high drag, I feel like Vinegar is going to let herself down. That said, I think she could very well be a fan favorite and a cast favorite. If she's there long enough, she could be a contender for Miss Congeniality too. That said, I love Vinegar Strokes. She ain't gonna win. I hate to say it. So here's to you, Vin. It's not how you win that makes you a super queen. It's how you go on after you've lost. I'm just saying. Next up, it's the youngest competitor on any drag race anywhere, ever. It's Scaredy Cat, 19. 19. Oh my God. I have moods that have lasted longer than 19 years. I am just saying. I don't know where the heck this kid came from. But God bless her, I am just saying. Now, again, I always have an issue with younger queens because there's two things going on. They're on the next wave of the trends, what's going on. They're more in touch with what the kids are into, which always dictates the next fad, the next whatever it is. But at a young age, you may have the wherewithal and the references for great looks or great performing. But if you haven't experienced performing, if you haven't done that yourself, that's what a seasoned performer. You don't have to be old to be a seasoned performer. You can be 12 and be a seasoned performer. But it sounds to me like Scaredy Cat doesn't have a lot of performing in her background. But she also sounds like a very innovative queen because she's been doing this for Instagram. She's been kind of doing her own thing, creating her own look, which impresses me because she's not a sewer. She said so. She's also not a performer, although she has done some videos. She performed at Trafalgar Square in drag and got a lot of video views, but why wouldn't you? How often is a queen at Trafalgar Square? Well, I mean, other than the queen, I'm just saying. But the biggest shocker for me with Scaredy Cat, she's not gay. She's bi. I'm very excited by this because this is the thing. We are the LGBT expialidocious community. But the one letter that I've always found elusive is the bi community. And first of all, back in the 80s, I mean, when I was a kid, you were bi until your parents died. Do you know what I mean? But in reality, there are a lot of bi people out there. Lots of them. Some people identify as being attracted to one gender specifically their whole life, and all of a sudden it changes. So anytime we get to experience that facet of our community, I'm excited. And with somebody so young and open to the world, 19, I'm expecting this queen to be very, very interesting, but she's going to piss a lot of people off for being inexperienced and being young, she could very well go home first. It could be up to her and Gothy Kendall. Or Scaredy Cat could surprise everybody because no one knows what she's capable of. And maybe she could win it all. I don't think she will, but she could. I'm just saying. So here's to Scaredy Cat. Don't be scared, girl. Roar like a lion. I'm just saying. There's one. Which brings us to our last queen for Drag Race UK's first season, the Vivian. And if this person sounds slightly familiar to you, it's for good reason. The Vivian won a contest in Britain to be the Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race ambassador to the UK. So she's been featured in some videos at World of Wonder. She even did James St. James's makeover. She's a lovely queen. She's a seasoned performer. She is a Cher impersonator. She does live singing. She's an impersonator. She actually does impersonate people live on stage. And I just see this queen, she'll make the top 3, and I'll say this why. Did that sound right? I'll say why I think this is. Yeah, that was English, wasn't it? Because she was the ambassador for RuPaul's Drag Race to the UK. She's already won a contest where somebody in the RuPaul camp said, she's good, she's the best, let's have her. So I'm expecting big things from her. I'm expecting her to hit top 3. She could very well win it all. In fact, I'm going to say she could win it all. She'll be right up there with Baga. In fact, I think Davina could very well be in there too. Again, because these are seasoned professional queens who have done it all. But the thing with the Vivian, she's very confident. She's out of drag, she seems very shy, but in drag, she is not shy. I think she'll be very confrontational with people, or at least not be afraid to call people out on their BS. I'm just saying. The only thing the Vivian seems to be a little unsure of is her dancing skills. She didn't mention sewing, but I think she does sew. I think she does a lot of her own looks. So I'm very excited to see how she does. So there you have it. The first 10 queens of Drag Race UK ever. I'm excited for this season. I can't wait for it to start. Now, I will be reviewing it. I'm just not sure when my reviews will come out because I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to see this series. Probably YouTube, because they have everything. So, with that said, there's still one more thing I think we need to talk about. RuPaul! Did you see her at the beginning of this video? I am so serious. I've never known, I know she wears contacts. I know that she does wear contacts, but those were like Sharon Needles contacts. She looked like a vampire. Just saying, scared me a little off the top. I don't know, maybe she wanted to startle everyone in Britain too, and keep sure they're on their toes. Just saying. Either way, it sounds like RuPaul will be there at some point. It might be fabulous. It sounds like Michelle Visage might be there at some point. But she's often in Britain doing So You Think You Can Dance the Jig in Ireland. I'm not sure what the show is she's on, but she's on a couple in Britain. They love her. So there you go. Who are your favorites? Who do you think's gonna win? Have you ever seen any of these queens perform in a bar? Have you been to Britain? I've been to Britain, but I've never seen a drag queen perform live in Britain. I don't know why. I'm usually there working and I don't get to go and see things. But I'm sure that some of you have. So if you've seen any of these queens perform or watched them live somewhere, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you get the reviews as they come out. And don't forget, I still have my sewing tutorials. If you're looking to make an outfit for yourself, maybe freshen up on some skills, or you're thinking of auditioning for a Drag Race franchise, make sure you watch my videos so you learn how to sew, at least the basics, I'm just saying. So, until next time, miss me! Mwah! Seriously, Jorge, I don't know how the British could drink tepid drinks. It's like they're prisoners or something. But that's Australia. I'm just saying.